Welcome back to Wes Makes Stuff. In today's video, we're going to be going back into Coreldraw, and we're going to be doing the Coreldraw Tutorial for Beginners in 5 minutes or less video. So let's jump right in. So when you open up Coreldraw, the first thing you're going to see is Get Started. We've got New Document, New from Template, or Open Recent. We're going to click on New Document. Now, once you get that new document open, we've got some Create New Document options, okay? So we're going to give it a name. So we're going to call it Wes Test, all right? Below that, we have some custom sizes, or some sizes rather, based on sheets, or you could put in a custom size, be that inches, millimeters, pixels, whatever you need. In this case, we're going to go with 12 by 12. In our color mode, we're going to use RGB because my lasers really like that color mode. All right, we're going to hit OK, and then we'll take a look at our tools over here on the side. Okay. So let me go ahead and draw us a shape so we can start manipulating. So this top option here is going to be called our Pick Tool. Pick Tool is just like your normal arrow you use everywhere on the computer. And so when we've got the Pick Tool selected, we can click and drag shapes, move things. You'll see we also get some points that pop up here. These are going to be to scale and resize objects. Scale and stretch. So if you pick one of the outside corners, you scale it. If you pick one of the inside points, you stretch it. Okay, below that we have this shape tool. So we can click on that and you'll see that it's actually going to let us round these corners. But if this was not a block shape, if it was curves, we could actually use the ellipse tool to stretch things out like this and change them. Okay, below we've got our crop tool. So let's say we wanted to crop an object. We can actually click on that and drag, double click, and it would crop it down. So once again, pick your crop tool, click and drag, make your shape. You can resize it if you need to. And then once you've got it resized, double click inside of that box and it crops it down. Below that, we've got our pan and zoom. We don't really use that because you can do that with the mouse. You scroll in and out with your scroll wheel to zoom in and out. You click down and drag with your scroll wheel to move around. Below that, we've got our Freehand Tool. That's going to allow you to draw, click and drag and draw shapes. So you can do that. And then below that, if you click and hold your mouse, we've got a lot of other options, including a straight line tool that you can use like that. Below that, we've got our Artistic Media tool. That lets you do kind of swishy and sweeping objects, okay? And you can play around with that. And then these three here are kind of meat and potatoes. We use them all the time. And so I selected all that, I'm hit delete. So the rectangle tool allows you to make rectangles. If you hold down shift while you're making that rectangle, it makes it a perfect square. Below that, we've got the ellipse tool, which is going to do the same thing, but for ellipses. Once again, hold down shift, it makes a perfect circle. And then below that, we've got a polygon tool. So we click and drag that, hold down shift, it makes a perfect polygon. And one more step with this particular tool, if you come up here to the top, we can change it, the size of it just like that, or the number of sides rather, and change it into a different polygon. You click and hold down on that tool, it actually gives you a lot more, such as a star tool, spiral tool, etc. And then below that, this is a tool we use a whole bunch. This is going to be our text tool. You click on the text tool, you click out here in space, and you can start typing. Okay. From there, you can resize it, and you can change your fonts and everything over here on the right-hand side. Okay, and that's pretty much everything you need in that toolbar to get started right out of the gate. Over here we do also have some object properties, as you can see. So I'll go back to my pick tool, and then these change depending on what you have selected. So if I have this triangle selected, you see I've got this option here. That's for outline. So we can change our line thickness, we can change our line color, and we can also make it a dotted line or dashed or however you want. The next option over is going to be your fill. You can change it to a solid color, change your color up like that. You can also give it a gradient or a pattern straight through there. And then the last option here is going to be transparency. You can click on the transparency options and make it so. All right. The other option over here on the side is all these colors. We can just pick a color and it gives it that color. If I pick another one of these shapes and give it that color, it's a little bit quicker than going through the fill option. All right, so that's everything you need to know to just get started really quickly. If you want more information on all these tools I just showed you, I've got a longer video out there and you can go take a look at that. All right, thanks for watching.